Hello, this is Dr. Don Ibbotson from Above and Beyond Christian Counseling. The spirit of idolatry is, unfortunately, alive and well in the church today. Sometimes the man or woman of God leading the flock can willingly, or oftentimes unwittingly, be party to that problem. Church pastors are to teach, shepherd, and protect the flock under their watch. The majority perform these tasks with diligence and integrity. Some seek to elevate themselves, but I have seen many of the sheep put their leaders on pedestals that are ungodly and unsustainable. The results are often disastrous. The Old Testament contains many passages exposing the dangers and consequences of idolatry. Believers today often minimize or ignore that topic because they do not understand many times the modern day connection. One cannot serve God and mammon, which is a spirit associated with money, because we will end up loving one and hating the other. That's in Matthew 6:24. There are other, more subtle forms of idolatry also, and one involves our spiritual leaders. Quote, "My pastor had an affair with a woman in the church and left his wife and family to be with her." I've heard this refrain in various formats over the years and from many different people. These episodes are traumatic for the individuals involved and for the church. Some parishioners allow this event to derail their faith, and their walk with the Lord suffers for a season. Of course, it is disheartening when one learns that a man or woman of God has suffered a moral failure. These accounts often capture more attention than in earlier times because of increased social media and internet exposure. When we allow these events to derail our walk, it is ultimately our fault, not God's, nor even the offending leader. I have ministered to many pastors and church leaders, and as I've said, most truly have the heart to lead and nurture the sheep in their care. Now look at the pastors. They have their own issues and are, like all Christ followers, a spiritual work in progress also. They want to guide but not control. I do find some who do want to control in ungodly ways and have demonic strongholds at work in their lives that actively hurt their families and ministries. However, I find pastors like that not to be the norm. We are to honor those in authority over us, and the pastor and elders are the spiritual authority over the church. This is proper and biblical and must be carried out in a healthy manner and held in proper perspective. I find that some Christians, because of their own issues, want to put their leader on a pedestal that leads to unholy behavior. It's often simpler, I believe, to serve a leader than it is the Lord, because feedback and affirmation may be readily available, especially if the leader is very charismatic and outgoing. The Christian walk may appear comfortable initially, but we cannot take our eyes off the infallible chief shepherd and put them on flesh and blood. The demonic realm will cooperate with that fleshly desire so that excessive adoration and ultimately a type of worship can result. When we elevate any one person to a place of worship, the demonic realm simply needs to knock that recipient off the pedestal to cause extensive damage, including, as I mentioned, turning away from the one true God. Are you in danger of putting your pastor up on that pedestal? Here are 5 questions to ask yourself. First, do you find yourself fixated on him or her? Do you gush excessively to others about how wonderful he or she is? There's nothing wrong about sharing your pastor's virtues with others, but is it over the top? Number 2, do you receive rejection if he or she does not treat you as you respect? Do you vie for that person's attention? Number 3, do you frequently place meeting your pastor's needs ahead of those of your spouse or family? Number 4, has your pastor's sin or failing in some area led you to become isolated from the body of Christ? It's okay to leave that church, but it is not good to separate from his church. Number 5, do you find yourself overanalyzing each move? You may have personal issues that need to be addressed because the enemy has created a crack in your armor. If you are off the narrow road that leads to life, that's in Matthew 7:14, it's time to find your way back. You may need some biblical counseling or deliverance ministry, especially if there are ungodly soul ties involved that need to be broken. Do not delay. Find help so that you can regain mental and emotional health and keep progressing on your journey with Jesus. He who perseveres to the end will be saved. God bless you.